Hey, hi. I'm Mona. This is Chit Chat. I just finished eating. So, I just wanted to quickly talk about some stuff. It's churchy stuff, but it's not like any research or anything that I've done. I was thinking about things this morning. And I just want to start off with, though, I'm not bashing any religion. Whatever you want to believe, that's fine for me. I'm not against it. As long as you believe in something and you have hope in your heart for anything, then by all means, I'm happy for you. I'm just merely stating stuff found from my research for myself, okay? I'm not trying to say one race is better than the other. I'm not trying to say anything like that either. Because all the races have some kind of evil people there. All of them do. Look at black pastor, how he's going to jail for things, a couple of them. White ones too. What Tammy Faye Baker. Remember the story of those people? I mean, everybody has bad people. You cannot avoid that. So I'm not taking sides of anyone. Not at all. I'm not bashing anyone. I'm just merely stating things that I found through my own research. That's it. No big deal. Really, it's not a big deal. All right? And if you're making a big deal about it, that's your problem. Because I should be able to believe what I believe because of my research and readings. Okay? That's it. No problem. No problem. It's okay. Whatever you believe. But you can never get mad at anyone trying to get close to God or trying to find things on their own. You should never be mad at that. Because one common thing that we all share, no matter what color, no matter man, woman, whatever, we all believe in God. That's something common amongst everyone. Well, who likes to, deal with the religions and stuff. I believe in God. Do you believe in God? Unless you're somebody that doesn't, and that's okay too, whatever. That's your own private, personal, whatever you think. It's okay. I'm not mad at you for that either. I mean, that's just it, Everybody has a right to choose whatever they think. So anyways, and another thing is, even if you don't like what I read or study, or you're not for, my ideas, it's okay. I'm still not going to be mad at you. I'm not going to fight with you about it. I'm still going to love you. I'm still going to pray for you. Okay. Anyways, so you know what I was thinking about? I was thinking about the churches I went to. That I really remember well how they went. When I was a child, I went to a church. It was called Grace Reformed Hungarian Church. It was Protestant church. And, I'm going to be honest with you. I don't really remember them having a little thing to put money. Like, to give money. I don't remember them doing that. They might have. You know what they did? Because I remember my mom giving me a little envelope and with some dollars. She said, put it in there. And I did. It wasn't much, but it was something, But you know what? It wasn't all the time. It really wasn't. And another thing is they didn't look at you. I don't know. I was a child, but I don't think they were bothered whether or not you gave. Because, you know what? I remember being over there. I didn't really understand the sermon. I didn't speak Hungarian. But I remember everybody was always happy. Everybody was always happy. And get this. They worked. They worked. The pastor's wife, she was my piano teacher, and she had a lot of students. So she worked as a piano teacher for income. Also, I think some studies, maybe the pastor was, you know, you want to go to the schools and study this. Maybe they took a certain amount for the studies. I could understand that, you know, like a Sunday school thing or something. I don't know, something like that. You know, I think they accepted money for those teachings, because I think my brother, he went to something because he was a boy and he had to do something. I don't remember what that was. I remember him standing at the podium and reading stuff though. So in Hungarian even, and he didn't speak it either, but he spoke it that day. Maybe they taught him what to, you know, I don't know. I don't remember. So yeah. You know, and another thing, everyone ate after the service. It was like a big party. It was, you know, the kids were outside playing. You can buy, they would have the kitchen there. You know, outside the church, they had the, you know, a place with tables set up. Everybody could sit. They had a kitchen right there, and they were serving the kielbasa and potatoes, and there was the bread, and you know, they charged for that. So they were working for the money for whatever they had. They weren't asking the people, oh, support the church. No, they all worked. They all worked. The parents worked. The mother, who was a piano teacher, the father, who was a pastor, and I think some of the kids and other relatives worked in the kitchen. They cooked the food and they sold the plates of food. And the food was good. It wasn't cheapy, crappy stuff. It was like good Hungarian food or whatever, you know, the sausage was great. They had all different kinds. I remember even they had beer. You can buy a beer there. I remember people were with the steins, and it was a nice environment. And you know, the pastor and the pastor's wife, they were very modest people. They didn't have fancy car. They didn't have, you know, fancy clothes. They just were regular people. Regular like you and me. They didn't try to look any better than anyone else. None of that. No. And during the church service, I remember the pastor being up there and speaking. I didn't understand it. And I could see my piano teacher by the organ. She was the one who was playing the music. You know? And it was nice. It was nice. It wasn't money fueled. It wasn't. That's Protestant church. They were very modest, kind, nice, giving people. And, you know, like, I remember later years, I was like, oh, I wonder if they're still over there, because I know they would remember me, because she was my piano teacher. But you know what? I found somebody burned that church down. How terrible. That was a good church. Those were good people. They weren't trying to take from anyone. They were trying to be like a big family, like everybody, you know, like that. And, you know, places that are good like that, that's what people don't like. They don't like when you love each other like that. They don't like that. No. The house they lived in was modest. They lived on the same place where the church was, right next door. The church was small and modest. It was just, you know, little bit. It wasn't like a big cathedral. And no. It wasn't like that. The pastor wasn't wearing fancy, flashy. No, it wasn't like that. He was just like regular up there. Because you don't need to be fancy and flashy to, you know, pray to God or to believe in God or whatever, you know. There wasn't no, you know, those places like you see in the Catholic or Christian churches, whatever, that they have a place where you can sit inside and you can talk to the, oh, I have sinned, blah, blah. They didn't have that there. They didn't have that there. Because I think that's how come why I believe what I believe, that if you want to forgiveness, you can pray to God on your own. It doesn't, everybody don't need to know. Because it's not everybody trying to judge you. Is God judging? You know, it's just that, right? So that was one example. When I got older and I was living in Long Beach, I had met another veteran guy. He was creepy. But he did introduce me to a church. He wanted to be around me because he was trying to marry me. And I was like, no, no. Like I wasn't feeling, no, you know, but he was nice. When he wasn't doing that, we were talking about church stuff and regular stuff, right? And he's like, I want to take you to the church I go to. And I was like, all right, let's go. He even bought me a leather-bound Bible. It was thick, and it got stolen, of course. People steal. Anyways. Even with my name on it. My name was on it. Still got stolen. Anyways. It was like engraved and everything. But whatever. Evil people will steal Bibles. I'll tell you that. That's evil. When you take someone's Bible and you make it your own, that's stealing and that's mean. I just saw 11:11. Anyways, that's a sign. You steal. That's part of some sort of evil, whatever you're doing. You know, that's why I always, if I go somewhere where I don't I ask, can I purchase? Can I have? Can I buy? Whatever, right? Because I will pay. It's okay. I'm not trying to steal from anybody. Okay. Anyways, that church I went to, that wasn't even in a cathedral or anything. It was, we went into like a trailer park, but a nice one. Some trailer parks, I was living in Long Beach, and this was in a kind of nicer part of town that was security. It was like a security trailer park. You didn't see no rundown places. You didn't see no garbage packing up because of tweakers or what. No. This was a nice community. All the homes looked nice. Okay, I'm burning some incense, and I think the candle went out and it smelled, you know. Anyways, so when I went in there, I was like, ooh, this is nice. At first I was like, oh, it's a trailer place, you know, like I was kind of weird about it because in my head, the trailer places are like tweakers, drug addicts, whatever, living there. But not this place. No, it wasn't. It was regulated. You know, it was like, and the security gate can't get in unless you know the code or someone that lives there. So it was really nice. And so we go in there and I'm like, oh, this is nice. You know how the lady was a pastor. It was a lady. It was a lady. You know how she had it in there? She had her kitchen table. Once you go in, bam, a whole bunch of food on the table. Just food right there, you know? And she's like, oh, help yourself. Take as much as you want. Have a little something before we sit down. And I was like, all right. And there was all kinds of good. And every time I went there, same thing, a big spread of food right there. You know, not once at all did she ask anybody ever for money. Nothing. I think she worked. I think she had a job. You know what I mean? Where she lived, she supported herself. All that food that she gave it for us. She never, not one time, asked for one penny. I'm not sure what kind of, you know, religion or type of church it was considered. But it was from the Bible, you know. I don't even remember what kind of Bible that was. But she never asked for money. And then you know what else? I had finally gotten like a nice spot to live in, like a new place. And because I was living by ocean, by First and Bonito in Long Beach. I was living right there, but I was ready to move out because I was going to get my own spot. And once I got my own spot, like I didn't have no furniture, I didn't have no nothing. And, you know, some of the stuff like dishes, electronic things like, you know, for cooking or whatever, she donated to me. Like the people, like I don't know how, like I had silverware, dishes, pots, pans, everything I needed for cooking, iron. She gave me an iron, like important home things, you know, because I already had bed and all that and covers, but all that extra stuff, it was like a vacuum even donated from her and whoever was part of that church to me for free. I never asked for it. But they knew that I was moving into a new place, that I didn't have much, and they gave to me just out of the goodness of their heart. I remember that. Yeah, it was really nice. Maybe she was Protestant. I don't know. Because not once did I ever see her asking for money or anything. Nothing like that. So I don't, that's all I kind of wanted to talk about when it comes to the churches that I know that I experienced. Like those are the churches I remember. Like they never asked for nothing. All the people at the churches worked and they did what they could to help people. And they try to bring it together as family, as something nice. Not as in, you must. No, it was all nice. It was all good, Yeah. And I just don't trust churches. I just don't. Did you know, like, on my credit report, some church somewhere in California, I don't remember the name, but it's right there on my credit report. They used my Social Security to open up a credit card. Yeah, I don't trust the church. They're thieves. They're thieves. I still have to do that. Being on the road, it's hard to do stuff because you got to send stuff to these credit people. And sometimes I'm just in a place where there's no data and I can't do it. I got to wait maybe until I get to Missouri. But yeah, can you believe that? A church. I don't trust a church. So, I mean, all I'm saying here, basically, I'm not against any churches because that's on you to believe what you want to believe. I've been burned by churches and I see the difference between churches and the evil in some churches. I'm just saying, if you have the capacity to do so, do your own research. You don't need the pastor to explain things to you. If you understand English or whatever language your Bible is written in, whatever, do your own study. Because I'm also thinking that maybe back when people weren't so like educated or weren't so good with reading or whatever, they would rely on the pastor to explain things to them. The pastor can tell you anything he wants. He can make you believe anything you want. That's why it's so important to do your own research and read on your own. It really, really is. It's important. It's good for your mind anyways. You enlighten yourself. It's good reading. It's good practice. It's good for you. I'm not telling you to believe me either. I am really not. I am just telling you to do your own research. That's it. That's it. I'm not bashing anyone. I'm not against anyone. Why? Because I love everyone. Because we are all God's children. Whether you believe me or not, you don't like that part. I mean, what can I say? That's all I have, really. Plain and simple. We have the capacity to do our own studies nowadays. Most people are educated. They know how, well, most people, I don't know, because some people, they can't read properly. Maybe they need, but you know what? You keep practice and you're going to get better. Yeah, it's good for you. I'm not trying to bash people like that either. Just practice some more. Ooh, it's getting windy. A plate just fell. Plastic. Anyways, that's all I'm just trying to say. I'm not against anyone. I love everyone. Everybody gets a good, loving vibe from me. I'm not against anyone. I love everyone. I just want people to just do their own research and find out for yourself. Find out the truth yourself. That's it. So that's all I have. I'm Mona. This is Chit Chat. I'll talk to you guys next time. Bye.